All right, welcome back. I've got a watch list suggestion, Cami.
I can't wait.
I'm really excited about this one, and I think people will find it very intriguing. So this show details the unlikely friendship between prisoners Jimmy Keene and Larry Hall. And let's just say everything is not as it seems. So check out this trailer for Apple TV original series Blackbird.
I never wanted this for you. I wanted a totally different life. A steady paycheck, kids, a family.
Dad.
Tell me there's a way out of this. Not a quick one.
We would like you to transfer to another prison and befriend someone to elicit a confession.
We suspect that this man killed 14 women, but we only have one of the bodies.
Larry has vivid dreams.
Tell me about him.
In my dreams, I kill women. But they're just dreams.
In this prison, we're the guys.
Maximum security specializing in the criminally insane.
You want me to check into hell and befriend the demon. Not for all the money in the world.
How about freedom? Hall's conviction's on appeal. He could win and walk. You had the chance to stop him. Don't approach him too early or he'll know we sent you for him.
Why are you looking at me like that? Like you know me.
If it gets out that you're here to snitch, that's going to be a very unfortunate day.
Accelerate your timetable. If he walks, he'll kill. Again and again.
If you think you could be in danger, you are in danger.
That looks intense.
Right? And
so
kind of
is this a movie or a series?
It's a series.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. It's like somewhere between 6 and 8 episodes. It might be 10. I actually have no idea. But it's just one season on Apple TV. It came out earlier this summer. I watched it then and kind of forgot about it. And then one of our production assistants actually reminded of it recently. And I was like, we have to talk about this on the show. But anyway, so this show, right? Jimmy Keene, played by Taron Egerton, who's a pretty, I would say, well-known actor at this point. He's had some really good other roles. So love seeing him on the small screen. Jimmy Keene was a wealthy entrepreneur and son of a former local policeman, but the thing about his wealth is that it stems from being this like really kind of infamous, well-integrated, high-dollar drug dealer, right?
Oh, so when you say entrepreneur,
right?
It's
so
a
it's
different
like
kind. It's maybe the
exactly
illegal kind. Okay.
right. So eventually, how he ends up in prison is his antics catch up to him. The feds catch him. He goes to prison. But as kind of detailed in the trailer, he's kind of offered a deal internally from the feds. So this is where Larry Hall comes into play, right?
Okay.
So Larry Hall, I believe he was from Iowa. He was this very he's still alive actually, but he's a very mentally messed up kind of human being, just sees the world in a lot of kind of weird, odd ways.
Voices on there, I could tell.
Yeah, as you can tell from the trailer. And he had been accused of killing a lot of young girls. And the bodies were suspected to be in this huge cornfields, I believe in Iowa or Illinois, one of the two. Now, where Keene comes into play, right, is that they can't figure out where these bodies are with Larry. And they're like, how do we crack this case?
How did he get in prison? Did they catch him for anything?
Yeah, so there was I think it was missing person type thing, and then they just there was different suspicions out there, and so the police got him in, and he kind of admitted to some stuff because that was his weird psyche. He sometimes would kind of buy in and tell you a little bit, but then he would act like none of it was true or all of it was a joke.
Mental games the whole time.
And he would say he would deem everything that with these women as dreams. So he would act like none of it was real, even though it all actually happened.
Okay.
So they get Jimmy Keene to agree to come down to, and this is an interesting link to the Ozarks, a Springfield prison.
Yeah.
And he befriends Larry in prison, goes in undercover, right?
How do you befriend someone that is so mentally messed up like that?
So the big thing was they got put in the same, like, not cell, but like unit, I guess, within the prison. And he just, I mean, that was his whole job, because the thing that Jimmy was promised was freedom if he could figure out what was going on
yeah,
with
he said
Larry.
no money in the world. How about your freedom?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a whole
And that's
other
the
story.
thing. It's like, you know, for any of us, like, if at what price are you willing to pay for your freedom? You know what I mean? And so if it's that extreme of something, you know, maybe you'll do it. So anyway, in prison, they form this really interesting friendship, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, even though this is all based off real and true events, by the way.
That's amazing too.
Yeah, because I want people to check it out. But the friendship is really interesting in prison. The ending is really, really compelling to me. And it's also really interesting to see where both guys are today. And they kind of talk about it a little bit at the end of the show. So people should definitely go check it out. But there's some other interesting things about this show, right?
Okay.
So Ray Liotta plays Jimmy Keen's dad.
I saw that he was in this.
Yes,
and
and
he's always kind of like a mobster. Was that kind of his
he's
character again?
A little, yeah, kind of like, you know, that hard policeman, real hard dad type thing,
Yeah.
small
And he
town.
passed away, but this just came out this year.
Right. So Ray passed away, I believe, earlier this summer, beginning of summer. And yeah, the show was one of his last kind of acting jobs that he had.
Okay.
And what I loved is when I was watching the show, I went to Taron Egerton's Instagram, and him and Ray had formed a really good friendship on set. So he had like he has a really beautiful tribute to him on his social media. So you can tell the relationships formed on this show were really special, and I think it's because of the intensity of who they were playing and the fact that it is based off real events. It's not just some made-up script that someone had. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't know. It's an interesting piece.
Yeah.
It's definitely intense. I watched it all in one night, but that's just me. I don't know if that'll be for everyone.
Adults
but
only kind of thing?
I would direct it more towards, older adult, maybe older teens even, but definitely like adults, not kids. I don't think it's a show for kids by any means. But
Not my 10-year-old.
yeah. So a really great cast, stacked cast, amazing, amazing writing, amazing
Yeah, the
acting,
looked
all the
amazing.
things. Yeah.
And true. Like, I really do want to see it now
Yeah.
so that I can see where they are today.
Right. Well, and that's what's cool is you can research as you're watching the show and kind of figure out what's
Oh, I
going on.
always do that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right,
Yeah.
as I said, Blackbird, Apple TV, and all the episodes can be streamed right now. So go check it out.
Thank you, Blake.
Of course.